Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. So, we were expecting a pretty boring Fed announcement today. We got some knee jerk stuff up and down and really did absolutely nothing. So, it did come in boring. It really doesn't tell us too much what happened because we closed basically where we closed yesterday. But the one thing that really played out nice was the gap to new all time high fade trade, and this. It's worked almost every time. I don't know too many times that it hasn't. If any, I really can't remember anyone that has. But from the open here, I had put on I wanted to hedge it just because we always want to be hedged in the portfolio. So from this here, I took a 697 put trade on the spiders, and we took a 265 long trade on IWM. So if we continued higher, my anticipation was that we were going to see IWM go probably up to the 268 level. And we still knew that the spiders or the S&P was on borrowed time, meaning because we had these sell signals all around. So this ended up working out great. It closed. Remember, this trade is for this gap to get closed, and that got closed within the first 20, 30 minutes of trading. We did get a bounce here. I was just playing this trade, and I took the put position off, and we got a bounce, and then from there we could have held this thing all the way down to the 69.63 from the 7,000 level. So it was a perfect trade. But then after that, things just got kind of boring and bouncing all around. But in any case, we still have these bearish divergences on the S&P here. And I know we have some important economic data that's coming out tomorrow, so we have to wait and see. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get another pop to new all-time highs, and we'll make that same exact trade. But if any case, if it comes in worse, I'm expecting that we're going to see the S&P trading somewhere down into the 69.33, possibly even coming down and closing the gap at the 69.16. So if we pop up, we're going to be fading it. Right now, this is the line that the bears, I had this here from yesterday. I said the bears need to get through this 69.67. That's where the bounce came, and really we just chopped after that, after the Fed announcement. But if they could take that out, the next stop's going to be down at the 69.50, maybe 69.43. And then really the big support is down at the 69.33. If they lose that, that's when we start looking at lower levels here, where at least the closing of the gap or possibly down to this support right here. So again, we have the sell signals in place. We haven't really seen much price action except for this intraday move down, but we still closed basically even. So if upside is still needed and we're going to be making that ABC, where it looks like we'll be coming up somewhere up into the 70.50 level, possibly 71. But as I said, I'm still anticipating some type of backing and filling down to the 69.50, possibly a little bit lower than that before we make that next move up. And really what we'd be looking at, it's just simply a wave structure to get us up here. And in the morning notes, that was mentioned pretty clearly that we're finishing this little sub wave here. We should get a pullback and then some kind of move to the upside. IWM still pretty sick overall. Finished down $1.43. This was actually the strongest futures. The RTY was up over almost 0.5%. But same thing that always happens. It pops up and it just gets sold off. And that's pretty much what the AI was telling us, is that we're still making this for the three-peak domed house pattern, that we probably are going to come down somewhere into this the 260, 261 level. And then from there, we're going to get that push up that I believe we're going to be coming somewhere up into the 275, possibly 277. So down here, we should have limited downside, and really it should be used as a buying opportunity. If it gets stretched further, then we're looking at that 258. But in any way, as long as these levels hold, we should expect IWM to be heading somewhere up into the 275. Now, if we do make another low, what's going to happen is this is going to set up a really nice buying opportunity here, because we're going to get buy signals. We're pretty overextended, and we're going to be coming down into support level, knowing, well, with the intent that the next move is going to be coming to the upside. So I'm looking forward. Hopefully we have that move down there where we can load up on some calls for IWM that expire sometime in February and just ride this back up. So let's just see what plays out tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.